And there we go. Welcome everybody once again to Connecting Esports here live on Twitch, Mixer and YouTube. As always, we stream enabling all of these possibilities. But today we got something exciting coming up. It's going to be the TJ-Valorant League Playoffs quarterfinals, meaning that we have the last quarterfinals coming away. After this, we will head into the semifinals, so stay tuned for those informations. But right now, we got none other than the famous Brilliant Fame with me once again. If you remember him from yesterday, happy to see you guys. Chat. How are you doing, my man?
Yeah, it's good. Very good indeed. Just had a little brisk walk, getting that exercise, especially in times like this, making sure that exercise is key. Don't want to be all fit and ready for this casting today. And as you said, it is the quarterfinals and it is the last one. We got Pibbul versus Aecedia or Aecedia, depending on how you say it. And this is going to be a very interesting matchup coming up. My first stream cast with Connecting Esports, it was Pibbul versus another team, and they did very well. They pretty much smashed the opposing team. They did have a rough and risky start coming up, but they was able to pull it through and able to get the win and then make their way to the quarterfinals. So I'm excited to see how they come up in going against Aecedia or Aecedia, and especially with this map Bind, which is a really interesting map with the teleports. It's going to be interesting to see how they go up against this. Will they, be really strong on defense, or will they be more prevail on the attacking side? Only time will tell.
Yeah, and we do have, as you said, Pibbul versus Aecedia Esports here. I'm just making sure the teams are correct. So Dumper is the guy from Pibbul, if I remember correctly. Yeah, exactly. So I already messed up the teams once again. I don't know how Valorant is doing these teams. I always manage to mess them up. But yeah, we'll already see something interesting here coming out. We look over here on B, and we can see that there's two people playing the garden here, and they're gonna spot a lot of enemies. Instant trades here coming through, and Sage using that wall, as well as smokes coming through. Hookah, two people on site, three people on site. From Pibbul here, making their first push successful on site without losing too many members.
I'm liking what people are doing here, getting really aggressive, kind of split up on the peninsula maneuver, and then when it came through, they was able to get the picks off, and now they're able to have the strong defense, but Ghost is making it a hard problem for them.
Yeah, it's a 3v3 in this scenario. This could be very, very dangerous. The only big issue is time, of course, here. We do see them finally going in with the smoke going down, but very good use of Viper here once again. Trades coming through, but the poison actually takes him down, and now last member standing here in a 1v2. We have the Reddit's very own. He's gonna get the headshot, but not enough damage, and sadly gets taken down. With 2 seconds left, they might even not explode to the bomb. No, they do not, so they are safe.
Yeah, very close indeed. And I liked what Aecedia did at Aecedia. Just played it slowly, just waiting at the back, waiting for the pushes to come through, and then slowly started to pick them off. Unfortunately for them, it didn't go in their favor just because of the numbers game that was happening for the side of Pibbul. They had so many members, widespread, and able to get the picks off, so the snowball effects came through and able to allow Pibbul to get the few wins, but also great plays from Aecedia, as they were at a slow and down disadvantaged pace at the start, but they were able to bring it back and making a kind of a 2v1 situation, so good plays on both teams there.
Yeah, we do see right now that they're trying to go on A this side, but they still have two members pushing this B side. And if you look back at the buy here, we do see that there's two shorties actually on the defending team. This is a gun I really, really dislike personally, because if you missed one shot, it's basically useless. So very punishing. But now we do see them actually playing it very slow. This is interesting.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah, definitely slow indeed. But also looking at the guns that they're having for the side of Aecedia, they have two shotguns available, and seeing of how these two members are, they're currently outside of A, and looking at Fix, he's very close to the wall, so as soon as one member comes through, they're gonna get a shotgun to the face. But unfortunately for Fix, it's useless because of all of the members are at the side of A.
Yeah, they did manage to get into A here without getting picked off. So they do find one guy hiding in bathrooms right now. Already taken down. Now in a 5v4 scenario. People are looking to get some retakes here. They do fall instantly to the SMGs there.
Here.
Very good Sage wall as well to keep the Sage. Yeah, to keep the sites very safe, and they do manage to pick off a flawless attack.
Yeah, that's a great place from the side of Pibbul, not over-invested, stayed where they are, and Aecedia pretty much forcing Aecedia to push up and get into a position where Pibbul feel confident where they can get the picks off the start, putting damage, and for Aecedia, they just weren't comfortable. But now we are going into a situation where we're starting to see some of these assault rifles and some machine guns coming out, so it could be a change of pace for the side of Aecedia, where they could, because since now they do have the Vandals coming out in favor of the side of Aecedia, so this is where we can start seeing a change of pace coming through. Now, as we're seeing, why are we not working? There.
Out of charges. Revealing area.
You disappoint me.
What is going on?
Revealing area. There they are. Shock dart. Shock dart. Oh.
Here, hello. Hello.
Hello? Yes?
I don't know what. Yeah, I seem to be back now. Don't know what happened there. It seems
I think this got lagged out because I was talking as well, but it didn't pick it up. I hope stream heard it. If not, that was a very good round by Aecedia. By Aecedia actually finally managing to win a round, as well as picking off every enemy member by only losing one.
Yeah, and that's definitely a position you want to be in, especially in a game such as this very early on. And have we been disconnected yet again? What's going on today?
You see them. Ooh, good pick here. The real game would be sad. And that is this cheeky camera here. I don't even... Where on earth is this?
I believe that camera and...
They found my wire.
Yeah. So far. Ooh, Doom guy actually hitting a really good spray too. The cage there, I think that was rather lucky, but he did have the angle lined up previously before the cage came down. And now Sage here is going to be in a lot of trouble. She's the lonely member standing on the A set. She's going to get 3 already. Damn, that was fast. 2 the smoke as well, I believe. So Reddit's very own here, doing his best impression of Lonely Survivor. His team has finally come to back him up. This is number 4. Is this the first ace of the series?
Definitely could be. This is what I'm liking as well. Just being very slow on the pace. Pushing back, not pushing up too far, allowing members of Pibbul to come through and push on through, and allowing Reddit's very own to push on through.
They should have dug a deeper grave.
If I were at Sage there, I would have flamed for killing that guy. I would have just said, hey, look, he's here on side. Come get your ace, but hey, I guess they're playing it safe. 2-2 now in score. They did manage to get the plant down, so Pibbul not in the worst scenario here. They're gonna force maybe some half buys as well as going eco on some other people, just to get back into this game. But right now it looks 2-2, so it's not in anyone's favor. But of course this is bind, so very defensive sided in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely is indeed
Beat them
defensive
back.
side because of how much noise and how quickly you can maneuver across to the point. You have the teleports and you kind of get the flanks coming through to the side of the defensive side, and
Take
the
flight.
teleports are good and all, but they make such a noise. So as soon as you start using those teleports,
Enemy
the
tag.
whole, pretty much all of the agents, all the players know that someone has used that teleport and they're coming through for the flanks, so they are aware. And now, as you said, that Pibbul have gone for an eco round of only using small amounts of payout for the guns, just so that through the next round they can start bringing a few more resources coming through.
But we do see them sneaking up here on B side once again. Very close to getting us up, but they're playing so patiently. Now the Viper ward has come down, as well as this Mr. here taking out his ability.
Cutting their vision.
Looking to get on side. They have managed to get on side so far without losing anyone, but also nobody has been traded. Very good headshots coming through here. Glazemaster picking up the first. That means they will get control of the side as... Ooh, he's in such a dangerous position. He's not even gonna manage to pick up one. Will be traded in the end there, but I think this is a very good eco one so far. We do have 3 attackers still alive, 2 defensive people. Never mind, make that 1. Sage, lonely survivor here, is gonna get spotted. He's gonna get taken down, Glazemaster here for the triple kill, coming in hot and securing this round for his team.
Yeah, very good plays from Glazemaster there. Just waiting patiently. He did use his Empress, he did use his ultimate, but he didn't do what most fraggers do who do play Reyna. He just waited patiently, waited around the corner and waited for someone to come through, and then when it was last minute passing live, he used the kind of teleport coming through, like, and kind of reconned over to the corner and then lined his gun up, and then just when he ran around the corner, he was ready, prepped, and able to shoot, and that's how he able to get that final kill.
We do see an operator coming through here on Reddit's very own, so they have invested. The defender team really needs to win this round, and we might even see some operator action here in showers, because Sage actually has the bomb, but they're backing off slowly. Doom guy actually getting spotted by the enemies. Drone here, so we're just doing what he can to spot the enemies pushing, but so far... Oh, very good kill. We missed that actually. Glazemaster here getting a first free entry on B. And they are about to rotate actually. Yeah, they already sent 1 member, but its very own is about. Be very surprised that there's gonna be people on A. They're faking B actually. Oh, they have over-rotated.
This is a good strategy to have.
Very good hit here. Kill coming through, but the plant has been completed. And another hit here. This is exactly what you needed. Very good use of breach ulti as well. I think this is one of the best retakes I've seen so far. Yeah, only 1 member alive, of course, here. So it's very, very hard for him to do anything. He's gonna get taken down, and yeah. Very beautiful stuff here by Ghost as well as by Grim. Both of these guys using their abilities perfectly in sync and taking down the enemy team very, very fast.
Yeah, this is the problem with this strategy such as this, having 2 members distracting one side to try and bait over the defensive side to that side. And it only works if you're able to get the kills and able to kind of put the full distraction on. And if you're not able to get the kills, if you're on the attacking side who's trying to do this distraction, it falls on through, and then you lose 2 members, and then lose 2 members very early on. And when it comes through for these kills, it doesn't look good for the attacking side, because they've already lost 2 members, and then when trying to push on, it's going to be a 5v3 situation. And with these members, they are very passive, and they are already going to the aggressors and for the attacker side, and they've already gotten rid of half your team. So if you're going for this strategy, you have to make sure this is a key point. You have to make sure that you are able to get the kills on through, because otherwise it is a waste of a strategy and you're giving the point to the defensive side.
Yeah, we do see him now trying to get onto site here. Doomguy X getting into hookah here, like about to kick that window. Was Glaze Mister actually getting hit by the recon bolt of the Cypher camera? So they are aware of his positioning at least. Viper wall is coming down. And another spot, and oh my god, goes through the wall here.
Our spike's down.
Getting 2 kills already for his team. Not quite sure what they have in mind now, because they didn't manage to get on site at all. It's finally gonna get taken down here, 2 for 2 now back traded, but Glazemister not fast enough on his fancy feet. And now last member standing with no spike actually.
That's the situation that it will have to come around, is that they lost that spike very early on, and it's in a situation that allows Aecedia to just camp over, put their tent up and say, right, if you want this spike, you have to come through all 5 members of Aecedia before you can get that spike. And that's a situation that does not favor the attacking side or whoever wants to get that spike.
Yeah, very interesting actually that they keep winning. And now Aecedia, they managed to pick up a very risky buy 2 rounds ago. And from that on they have been steamrolling, and now the enemy team, you can see them forced once again into a half buy. Basically an eco round here for them. You do see some action. Oh, Reddit actually missing the kill, or rather Grim killing him faster than his bullet. Is coming through, as well as on the other side we have some action going through here. Dumper is about to face check Cypher, who is on his camera. So he might have the time to kill him.
And now I'm looking at the stats coming on the kill feed, and it's very interesting with the side of Pibbul. It seems like Glazemaster is the highest fragger with 10 kills, and the closest one is Tremzy, who is at 4 kills. That's a 6 kill difference. And it seems like Glazemaster is the key component for this team, and when he's taken out, this is where we start to see the demise for Pibbul. Because then looking at this side of Aecedia, the highest killer is Ghost with 9 kills.
Revealing area.
The next down next to him is Reddit's very own, who does have 7 kills. So they have a very close spread of the kills coming through compared to the side of Pibbul.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on this one. It seems like the kills are very fairly distributed in here on Aecedia, so a team effort, I would say.
Yeah, definitely could be. And going up against this very strong team, you can't just focus on one person. So hopefully going through on, it is very early on. Hopefully we see a difference on the kills coming through for the rest of the team of Pibbul.
Yeah, but right now we do see Aecedia going strong. Yes, Andy, I am here. What do you need from me in Twitch chat? But yeah, they are going strong, and well, they have to buy 2 heavy armors here on 2 more members. But besides that, their eco is looking very, very good. And once again, this is a forced buy by Pibbul. They could go for another eco round, but also they want to start winning some rounds. So they're gonna go for this one. If they lose, however, this round, very much a risky play here, because then they have to be forced into yet another eco.
Area.
Yeah, that's not a situation we want to be in. As we are now on to round 8. Very close. Only 4 rounds until we get onto that swap. So we see that Pibbul will actually go on the defensive side, and Aecedia being on the attacking side of this, where we could see a change coming through, but it's not looking in that way. And yet again, Glazemaster being taken out very early on. It seems like Aecedia has worked this out, that as soon as they take on Glazemaster, it goes into the favor of Aecedia.
I know exactly.
As I'm saying that.
Yeah, instant regret here. So the attacking team actually winning. So that was a lot of chaos. I don't know if you caught all of that action, but basically they managed to get in thanks to the Brimstone. Very good smokes here, as well as Sage putting down the wall on the middle of the side, getting the plant down very, very fast succession, then getting the Viper ultimate just to cause distraction, as well as a lot of Cypher cages used aggressively. And I think that was enough to actually distract Aecedia's perfect defense.
Yeah, it was a good play from them, and this is what happens when you are confident on getting these kills. But there isn't, so they have kind of even odds up now with taking down so much. But this is what I'm seeing as now is Aecedia could have wasted that, because Reddit's very own does also have that operator back yet again, and they have so much economy coming through. Not as much as Pibbul would like, with the highest being 4,100 and being a very distinct spread coming through. So they can't waste another round. They have to start using this snowball effect, this domino effect of gaining some more rounds before they start losing some of these rounds. And going on to Reddit's very own is where you want to start off doing this.
I mean, that was the operator guy. This is the guy you want to take out immediately because one shot kill here. And they did manage to do so with Gracemeister here, of course. Really going strong for his team, but Grim said, I'm not gonna have any of this. He went aggressive and killed the guy playing B long. And they have the spike actually on B, even though half of the team just rotated there, so they are nearly arriving here. And Grim actually playing a very tight corner here, very close to the enemy. I don't think he's aware. Just get the spike. He's gonna get the second one. 2 headshots. That's a triple kill for him already. And now last member standing here.
The hunt begins.
Has 13 seconds left to accomplish anything in this round.
I have this
Is he gonna do anything or just gonna save? He's gonna get stunned and knocked up. And I think this shall conclude the round. Let's see if he can survive.
He's probably is going to survive. He doesn't need to push up too far, and this is the good thing about Empress. The Empress ultimate is that she can start using these ultimates and kind of waste them because she has one less that she needs to use for these ultimates. She needs one less point, so she can start not as much, but you can start chugging them through. And especially if you are a big fragger, you can start pushing and pushing through these ultimates, chomping through them. And if you are confident that you are getting kills, then by all means use these ultimates to the full advantage you can. But that's only if you are confident of getting these ultimates. And if you aren't, kind of be safer on them. Today's master is showing how powerful he can be on this arena.
Yeah, and I think this was important because once again they did invest into an operator here, but of course Aecedia Esports has the eco to do so. And they are faking the B push here, but Cypher is still in window. Okay, he's gonna rotate now as well. And only one guy alive here on this A side. He's gonna get 1, he's gonna get maybe 2. Yes, 2 already. And that means he successfully defended the A side until his team has arrived. He will be taken down now by the enemy Cypher, so Cypher matchup not going in his favor. But the plant actually coming through, never mind. Very good. Bolt here by Ghost, coming to Shockdot, sorry, coming to here. Now we have this 1v2 scenario. Everybody is full HP, however. Only missing armor on the Brimstone.
And it's very interesting that I saw on the spectator, the POV of Domper and Glazemister, is that Glazemister went down as, I believe it was Fix, who was just on the box, kind of camping over that door. And then when Glazemister came through, he died very early because he didn't check his corners. And there was coming through. But then as soon as but then it was very interesting that I saw Domper just push on through, didn't check his corners, and he did see that Glazemister had just died from the same area. So very suspicious. And Ghost, oh my god, able to push on through, especially with these narrow corners, able to use that ultimate and able to get the kill. So that will be another point for the side of Aecedia.
Very good prediction actually here with the last shot because he missed the previous 2. But thanks to the information of his teammate, he did know 1 was enough, and hitting 1 in 3 is maybe not the best ratio when it comes to aim, but of course it is enough to win this round. So 7-4 now. The Esports feeling comfortable having the eco, even if they should drop 1 round now. Shall not matter, but it's actually very interesting that they keep buying these operators. Now, however, on a different person. On Sync Boxy here, who's bottom fragging. But then again, in this scenario of a tournament, it doesn't really mean a lot. Well, I say that as he is the first one to get dropped. That was an aggressive peek on B. He gets punished immediately. Glazemister also dying here, so 1-for-1 trade so far. Are they gonna revive? They are getting Dumper here. with his ultimate just to get Glazemaster back to life. So back from the dead, let's see what he has in store for us.
They could. They are using this well because they can risk it. You know, they've already taken out Reddit's very own opposing Sage, so that's no Resurrect coming through. So they could just push on through and able to use this Resurrect to its full advantage by having this one-man advantage.
Yeah, very good. You see Glazemaster once again just really doing a lot for his team. He did manage to get them on side, as well as the Brimstone ulti being used aggressively. Picking off 2, and now it's the last guy standing here. He's about to be pushed by Glazemaster, and he's gonna get taken down with a nice little headshot. Putting Glazemaster at 13 kills here already.
Yeah. This is what I'm liking about a game such as this, it is very close and it's hard to distinguish who would actually be in favor of winning this whole quarterfinals. And as of now, I'm taking all this information. Yet, I'm still finding it so hard to see who's actually being able to go into the semi-finals very early on. And this is good. It makes it a very interesting match and able to distinguish of who's the better team. And as of now, I can't distinguish who is more powerful because yet we do see Aecedia in the lead, but we do see also Pibbul being able to distinguish Claw back up and able to get these distinguished and key picks by taking them out very early on, and this is where we start to see a few changes coming up for the side of Aecedia of trying to play a risky maneuver of having an eco round.
Yeah. Right now they have distributed their team in a 3 and 2 formation, so 3 people on B facing off the 2 people on Aecedia Esports defense, and on the other side Pibbul has 2 attackers onto this A side. But again, this is of course the swap around, so everybody's on pistols. Wait, I stopped the Tinos, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Whatever. But it is a Aecedia Esports now on attack, Pibbul on defense.
And what we're seeing as of now is a very known competitions coming through. 2 members on the side of B because it's so very close down, not a lot of spaces to come through and a lot of advantage points to come through. But as soon if you're having these full pushes coming through, it's a very hard attack coming from the side of Aecedia.
And Ghosty picking up 2 clean headshots on the enemy, as well as picking himself up a ghost. Just spot yet another member here on CT, actually spots both of them, so they are aware of the enemy position. You can see them immediately turn over there, but nobody pushing aggressively. They have the post plant down. That is all that counts right now. They're playing for time. They do lose 1. Lose actually 2 more. Okay, Glazemaster and Doomguy here, making sure that their aim is a bit better than the enemy team's aim. So putting Aecedia Esports back once again here. So people actually not giving up on this game just yet. Once again, this is a very CT-sided map in my opinion. So yeah, everyone you can get while attacking is basically just a little nice buff, but it will not mean that you can close out the game. Ooh, cheeky spots. Did you see that by Viper? On A shot?
Yeah. Yeah, just up on that box, you know, having that cheeky angle. And this is where we start to see how these start coming through. But more so seeing the favouring of B side for the side of Aecedia, where they've gone yet again for the side of B. And this is quite often that we do see this very early on, especially on these swap rounds, just because of how open, close and narrow the side of B can be. You can start risking it full. You can go for these full pushes and you don't have to worry about so many angles being not in your favor. But you also have to be wary of how the defensive side can be, and this is where they're showing right now with Tremzy with 2 kills of his own.
Yeah, so 2 good kills here, but they do get traded, so overall maybe not the best thing, but then considering they're on an eco one, they do get down the plant as well as 2 kills. That is already huge. And now Aecedia Esports here looking to get more. Him going a bit aggressive here, as well as a firefight happening on site. We didn't miss it, but now we see Viper gets taken down by Sync Roxy here, as well as getting spotted by the enemy Reyna, who tries her best show of drawing his profile. Now finally gets taken down here by Dumper. And Glazemaster, ooh, as well as Dumper gets taken out by Grim here for the quadra kill with the beautiful rotation all around.
Yeah, very good plays from the side of Aecedia. Just using that tunnel vision with the, I believe it was Broxy, just having that distraction, and both Domper and I believe was Glace Mister being having that tunnel vision, going for Bonksy, and they wasn't aware that Grim was around the side, did the flank, and took out Glace Mister very early, first on. Even if Bonksy did go down, they put so much into taking down Bonksy that they didn't take into account of where Grim was, and he took that to his full advantage, took out both Glace Mister and Domper, and that will be the win. That Aecedia will take that round.
Yeah, and now we do see them pushing up on this B side once again here, but only with 2 people. So it's a very spread out attack as well as defense.
One thing I'm spotting out as well is that Reddit's very old, who plays that Somper, is in the front lines instead of being in the back lines, and that's not something you see very often, especially being Sage.
Foolish.
Not quite sure what just happened, but there was a lot of kills traded back and forth, meaning that's a 2 for 2 so far. But yeah, they did get nearly the full control of A side. There was only 1 member remaining, and you see them backing off. Interesting choice here. The reason I think the backdoor from Showers, I didn't see it personally, but I think it was because of the Viper wall.
Yeah.
Oh, Viper Doom guy actually getting yet another kill.
Very good plays from Doom guy there, using the Guardian to its full potential, backing off, not getting too aggressive, and just holding back and showing how powerful that Guardian can be. Not a gun we see very often, but one, in my opinion, my personal favorite.
I mean, it does the same damage as a Vandal. I don't think it has falling of range at all, so it's very, very strong, especially if you're going for those headshots. Of course, it's not something you fast fire Pico on the corner. You can, however, tap it a lot if you just don't zoom in. Yeah, right now. Another. Oh, I'm already missing it. Glace Mister gets his first kill onto Grim, so Aecedia Esports already down 1 member, only 5 seconds into the round.
Yeah, and such a good fragger of Grim. That is gonna be a hard out kill coming through, but nevertheless, with a team such as Aecedia, who does favor in having these team plays, they can kind of lose this and still favor on. But losing another one, I can't say the same outcome.
No, they did manage to pick up 2 this time around, so evening out all the kills. Now it's an 2v2 scenario. The only issue is that we see Cypher here at 22 HP. He's not even gonna get a heal from the Sage. She does have heal available. Focusing on getting control of side. Gets taken down now. As well as Dumper and, well, Kivea here taking 2 more kills for the team.
Yeah, and that has to go to hold Tremzy there, just using his ultimate to kind of stop the plant coming through, and that's where he placed it. Tremzy, this is where map knowledge and game knowledge is so crucial, and because he knew that where this the spike was going to be planted, he used his ultimate, planted down to stop the members of Acacia just being able to plant down, and now it evens the odds and allows members of the rest of his team to kind of flank on through and using the distraction of the ultimate to get the kills he needs.
Yeah, I do think I've never seen 2 Cyphers play always on the same side. It's very funny, actually. They're just spotting each other's cameras here over and over again. But yeah, right now we do see them trying to push up on B this time around. But luckily for Pibbul, they have decided to put 3 members onto the B side here. We do see Take Flight here coming through, as well as it's spotting basically nobody.
Off your feet!
Now with the ultimate coming in, we do see them getting onto side, trying the best impression of Ramboing style it in. They do get 1 already, so 1 for 0. A good cage here just to make sure that nobody else is gonna get close to side. And Raze's ultimate does find yet another kill, so we have already 2 members down here for the defending team, and you see them actually backing off here. Most likely looking to save.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting play for the side of Pibbul. They left it way, in my opinion, way too open for the side of Acacia, and they could just push on through, get onto the side of B, and being so open, it allows Acacia just to push on through and kind of take over the territory of B before Pibbul can do anything. And when the kills start coming through, they can't back it up. And this is where we do see Pibbul having to back off because they can't necessarily do anything just because of Acacia just being so open and having the free reign of able to take on the side of B.
Yep. So they do manage to save, nobody gets taken down there at the end, but this is yet another one going in favor of Aecedia Esports. So 9-8, we did have a tie previously to this round. So people bringing it all the way back to 8-8, but now down. Oh, okay, she can pick it back up again. I forgot about that. So Dreamguy actually not in a bad spot here, just replaces that up. And now yet another spread out attack here, but Glazemaster is waiting eagerly for the enemy to arrive on this A short. Does find Grim, but Grim actually decides to pull the trigger first and gets the kill since it's a one-shot kill. Now they're moving on to the sides with a good Sage ultimate yet again, giving them a safe plan. Nobody's falling, nobody's taking damage, and the plant has gone down. So far good stuff here by Aecedia Esports. Now it is on Pibbul to retake the site and defuse the bomb. Oh, actually the wall coming through, this might be enough time.
Nowhere to run!
Never mind, they do get, however, the silver ultimate out as well as a kill. A lot of kills coming through here. 4 people already have fallen. Last member here alive is gonna be Grims. He has an operator, he is smoked off, and I don't think he has any chance of retaking.
No, and that's a very interesting play coming from the side of Pibbul. They went very aggressive for the side of A with Doomguy and Domper going really aggressive to try and get a few early pits coming through. And then with, I believe, was Glazemaster staying on A, only leaving 1 person. And then when it came through, Grim got the kill and they got onto the point very quickly. And Doomguy and Domper took off the pressure for the side of A. And this is where we start getting the plan. But in this unfortunate circumstances, yet again, it was very interesting that Pibbul was able to back it up and come through and able to get the pits coming through. And so it was an unlikely circumstance that Pibbul, being in a circumstance of, being very aggressive, taking off, leaving pretty much A being very open, but they was able to back it up, able to get the kills where needed, and able to finish off and gain another point and even in the odds.
Yeah, now Aecedia Esports playing once again a slow round. We see a lot of slow rounds coming down here. Nobody's being overly aggressive, but I think Aecedia Esports has the attacking a bit better down than Pibbul, because once they get onto the side, they're just very decisive and very aggressive. Take full control. Already 4 members here from Pibbul have rotated to this B side. So once again, Viper alone on the A side. And actually Reddit's very own finding the first kill here, and now they are looking to rotate.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Get a full aggression, can kind of put a full confinement onto the site of B. And what we saw on the minimap is that most members, apart from Doomguy, went over to the side of B, and this is where it opens up yet again for the side of Aecedia, where they can start going onto the side of B of A.
No chance.
Ooh, very good kill there. That was very
Area.
very close call there for Ghost. He gets the plant down, has no time to take out his gun because he's running from the poison dust, and finally take out his gun as the enemy peeks around the corner. So very close calls. The bomb is planted, but nobody's pinging it here. Now the pings come through, but okay, they did not manage to defuse there. I was actually scared there a second, but they didn't manage to defuse the bomb. A very good defense here after the plant.
Yeah, it's very interesting and very intriguing as how this match is going on, because it's kind of a pinball ping pong match coming through. You know, you're seeing that they're going for the same strategy and they're winning half of them, but then they're also losing half of them. So it's kind of hard to cast and color cast because they're saying, you know, they're winning half of them and they're pulling the same strategies, but also losing half of them. So it's kind of hard to say, you know, they're using the same strategies, but they're losing them. So losing half of them, so you can't say, oh yes, this is why they're winning them, because if they're losing half of them, it's not the same strategy being pulled out through.
Yeah, actually very close game. I think this is so much closer than yesterday. Yesterday we did have a little bit of a Dumper nearly losing his head there. Doesn't manage to dodge the knock-up, but this means Viper is now exposed, actually. He's a bit more wide here. But they managed to back off all the way from A so fast. Look at these rotations coming to A on the minimap. They're just running in very fast onto this B side. And Sage here from Aecedia Esports has this crucial wall that they can put down once they're on site, but they need to get inside first. And Quip has spotted them. He is aware of the enemy position.
Cage trigger.
Double cage is coming through here.
My eyes are down.
Some very intriguing plays coming through from both sides. You know, they're going for these aggressions, but then they're going back. They're going all the way for the rotate. They're using these distractions coming through.
Oh.
And
Oh, that is so sad. They had the perfect rotation coming through here. They do manage to get on site right now. But they had the perfect rotation coming through. If only they didn't use the teleporter, then Pibbul would have rotated all the way with 5 members to the B sides. But right now they obviously... Ooh, Grim here getting his first kill with that operator, as well as Sync Boxy getting yet another one. So last member standing. Let's see what he has in mind. There's Mr. 17 HP. He needs to get a kill to at least figure his healing. Does get one. He's gonna manage to get the heal now. This is very important. But he does interrupt it just to get out of the enemy's sight. And yeah, that will be the bomb exploding in a few seconds. So once again, Aecedia Esports here, a very promising and beautiful one, putting them one closer to the win of this game.
And it's very hot potato attack from the side of Aecedia. They went for the side of A first, realized, you know, it's very occupied, and was like, you know what, let's go over the side of B. And then with the communication coming through the side of of Pibbul, it was like, you know what, there's not much attack coming through. Let's move it over to side of B, because they've kind of rotated through. There's not much coming through. It's very open, and they kind of moved over to side B. And as soon as Aecedia saw this, they went all the way back over to side of A, and then allowed them to get the attack. And with only 10 seconds left, he was able to get the plant down. And it's allowed Pibbul to know where the team was, and unfortunately wasn't able to get the kills they needed to get the attack through. And so I liked what Aecedia did there, just having this hot potato, moving from A to B to A, and very good plays from Aecedia there.
Yeah, we do see them pushing in to the B side right now. Face checking into Tramsy, who does not manage to pick up a kill, but Pip, however, has successfully defended the side. He's gonna get yet another kill. 3 kills already in his way, as he loses this time around the battle against his enemy agent. Now in a 3v2 scenario, the attackers have to get the bomb down, but they have no spike in possession. Waiting.
Keep an eye on Domper here, who is going around the behind, and Boxy has no idea that he is actually being behind Domper.
Yeah. And now with this knowledge about the enemy, they do move in as 3 people, but Glazemaster here peeking a tad bit too fast. He's gonna fake the spike. No, he's actually gonna plant the spike inside the container. And he's in a good position. He's gonna get slowed, so now you have to watch angles without moving a lot, no dodging or anything like that. He does not check his right side, and Doomga X comes in with a bulldog saying, "Thank you, man." Looking the other way, I'll take gladly the defuse as well as the kill.
Yeah, and no offense to the members of Pibbul, but it has to go to the side. Domper, just going for that rotate, going around, and they're able to start getting the kills on the Bronx and finish it off. And Fix had to go, especially with the slowness coming through, he had to kind of put all the pressure onto that side and leaving it open for Doomguy to come around and they're able to get the kills. But nevertheless, not just Stomper, it's a team effort, it's a team game, and they're able to get another win. And yet again, even the odds to 11 to 10.
Yeah. So whoever takes this round will most likely mean that we have a very tight game in the last 2 rounds, or that we will be going for one team playing with their backs against the wall, because every other loss could mean the game. But now we do see everybody just playing it cool, playing it calm. Nobody's early peeking. I do feel like for somebody who plays Valorant, the wait is the most intense part. Like, not the firefights or anything, it's actually just waiting and being patient, not doing a single misstep, not making a single sound, not over peeking, staying safe until the action begins. Because you could give away your whole team, or like at least your game plan, if you show too early. That's smoke coming down on B, but they're faking it. That's the silver arrow, who's not going to spot anyone.
But then this is the point, the thing I'm always worried about having a silver ult, recon bolt coming from, is because you're given the kind of perspective of that, you know, that you're giving the defender saying that they're coming from this way. And if you do come very early on, especially if you do back it up, giving yourself, make yourself very open here, and especially for the side of Pibbul, you don't have the economy to back it up.
Out of charges.
Yeah, and Ghost manages to pick up a kill here, but he also hit his teammate in the process. Of course, it does less damage to team members here, and they have rotated over to the B side. We do see Pip trying his best here to get a kill. He does manage to pick once again off the enemy agent that is playing the same as him. And now we do see a very aggressive after plan. Damn. Attackers won, so 12 to 10 now. Aecedia Esports feeling very comfortable and very confident in their next round. That's why they used this Breach ultimate this round.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for the side of Pibbul, just because of how economically low they were on this previous round. And now they gonna take the full weight of it, and using some guns coming out, and it being Cribbit's being the only member being the full force of having the Phantom and the heavy armor coming through, and with Glazemaster doing having the Spectra and not a bad gun, but going up against weapons such as the Vandal and the Phantom and full heavy armor, it's not a likely situation you want to be in.
Yeah, but maybe they do have what it takes to take this. We
Deploying drone.
see Sync Boxer here playing very close corner here. Sneaking up on this ace, and that I do have to criticize. Sadly, Grimmer getting his first kill here. Doomguy X, who's playing here on the Marshall with 1 HP left, he's gonna get taken down by the... Oh no, he does not. He dodges the explosion there. But he did play Heaven last time around as well. And... Oh, he's just gonna stand still. Okay, huge balls. They do wait out Airwatch.
I know exactly
To the B sides. With the Cyphone telling them exactly where everybody is.
Shock dart.
Good stage wall, keeping them from going onto side. But remember, Doomguy X still on 1 HP here.
One thing I like, and I'm liking what Reddit's very own did there, he used his Resurrect and able to make it a 4v3 situation, but Tremsy is making it back to even and making it a 3v3 situation.
Ooh, Glazemaster picking up this kill is very, very important. They do trade one of them, and oh, Graham coming in with the clutch here, the triple kill coming through to end the round and win this game. So a defeat for Pibbul. Very unlucky there in the end, falling on Bind in the first game of this best of 3 series quarterfinals here in the TJ-Valorant League. Interestingly enough, we do see Grim here and Glazemaster, of course, being the top fraggers, but also Ghost, who had some really, really good plays and some solid silver ultimates.
Yeah, and it seemed so interesting. Doomguy had 1 HP, get him that last round, and he was able to push on through and allowed his teammates to kind of get the kills. But Grim coming round, getting the kills of his own, and able to back up his team. And if you was to ask me who would I think, who have I feeling that's able to take this quarter final and go to semi final? Funny enough, I couldn't tell you. Honestly, these teams are so evenly matched. It just comes down to the raw skill and the raw game knowledge and the raw down to down duel match making. And then when these games start coming through, it's just so evenly odds that it's so hard to distinguish who's able to get this win here.
Yeah. Well, this leaves us with, of course, Aecedia Esports here winning this first game, so they're going ahead in the series strong, 1-0, putting them in a comfortable. Of course, I messed it up. It's on the wrong side, but don't worry, I'll fix it. There we go. But yeah, we'll be happily taking the next round. Right now, we do see, however, something very interesting coming through. Okay, so restarting PC, so we do have a little bit of a break coming through from the players as well. We'll head over to our launch screen, very much pleasing to the eye and prettier than what we see right now. So let me just head over to the lounge. We can have a little bit of talk what will be up next, because I can see Grim and Glazemister being eager to fight once again against each other. These were, as I said, the top fragers of this game. Sadly enough, we did see some underperforming people, and I wanted to point out, for example, Doomguy actually playing with Phantom in this A Heaven side on defense, which was very questionable because Phantom actually gets punished so hard on defense if you use it on too long range. So yeah, makes sense to have a Phantom in defense, the most useful when peeking close corner, and that's what you kind of do, you defend close corners. But the Vandal, however, is most likely better if you're playing in Heaven on A, just based off the damage not falling off on that range, so you don't need to hit as many bullets. But yeah, with that word, maybe you want to add to that?
Yes, I definitely agree. Going against the Phantom, you definitely want to favor in this long range. Going into Heaven, we do see the Guardian being pulled out a lot more than we mainly don't see, and it's favoring and showing how powerful this Guardian can be, especially being on this long range. Unfortunately, I feel like Doomguy probably wanted to bring out this operator just because of its one hit, one kill, but it didn't have the economic background to kind of back it up. So he had to use this Guardian because he kind of didn't want to use the Marshal just because it's a good weapon to use, but better than the Guardian? Not really. The Guardian, with its semi-automatic background and to have it back it up, is such a better weapon than the Marshal. So he kind of brought it out, and he kind of, when he did bring the Marshal, it kind of short where we saw it kind of falter, and this is where we kind of see the loss. So next time, hopefully we start to see that, they kind of use the guns that are where necessary, because when coming through it, I was a bit questionable on how these guns were coming through, and I was questioning of what their plan was for most of these games. But they did have a good few plans. They kind of, as I said so many times, this was such a equal match between both teams, so it's hard to distinguish of who can bring this win out. But hopefully we start to see a change through the side of Pibbul, where we start seeing a few more distinguishable changes and the strategies coming through.
Yeah. Right now we're just waiting for the teams to come back. There's one guy restarting his PC. Somebody's also launching the game, so we'll just head into the last minute of our break here, 30 seconds remaining, and we will be right back with you in 30 seconds. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, with this very short break. We're just still waiting on the last guy. It is apparently so that he's launching the game, so we'll just give it the benefit of the doubt while we go to the pick and ban. So one team now can choose which map and which side afterwards, the other team. So let's find out what they pick. Tompa is already asking, what is your pick? I believe they did pick Bind on the first rotation here, so now the other team, the Esports, in a position where they can choose the map and then leave Pibbul with the side selection.
And this is going to be a very interesting matchup, especially seeing as how these maps are going to be brought out. Because it's going to be interesting to see, would they pick Ascent, Split, or Haven? And it will be Ascent coming out for the side of the maps. And it's a very interesting map. One of my favorite maps, to be honest, just of how this maps can be pulled through, especially onto the side of B, where you can know, especially where a Sova, I am a kind of Sova main, being pulled out using that recon bolt through the mirror windows, they're able to get this few sneaky pick in recon bolts to kind of see where your enemy is, and especially if you don't favor that, if you see with that recon bolt or any recon you use that it is kind of very, very guarded, that you can kind of move away, go through the middle, and go over the site of A. I'm leaving it very interesting match to come through.
Yeah, we are waiting on the side selection here. So the map, as you said, is Ascent. I think it's a very new map, so there's a lot of outplay potential still. A lot of strategies that have not been discovered. Of course, if you follow all those YouTube guys and all of that, there is, of course, all the angles already played out. But there's daily new things that are like coming through. I think it's more about strategies than angles, actually. Angles are always good to know, of course, especially when you play solo and stuff like that. But I do think it's more about team coordination and team play. So a new strategy, for example, will very much decide the game. So Tompa here saying that he wants the defensive side. So they will have to swap around. That means Gum is leaving the party. Then they do the swap. Interesting. So Tompa is Pibbul, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Pibbul now playing on defense on Ascent first time round. Find out what that means for us.
Yeah, and it's gonna be intriguing to have, because we do see, like, you know, Doom Guy does favor this Viper, so it's gonna be interesting to see, does he bring this out? Because especially seeing as he is on the defensive side, will he bring this out? And with Viper, she is such a defensive character, especially with her ultimate, being able to kind of overtake the whole of a site, kind of taking so much HP off, leaving the attacking side so weak, and how to kind of take off. And so it's going to be interesting to see, does she pull it out? It's likely to pull it out, and it's going to be interesting to see what other members being pulled out. It's likely we're going to see a Cypher being pulled out, especially with the cameras being pulled out. As I said, a Sova is a very favored map character to be used, and we did see, I believe it was 1-for-1 Ghost, 1-for-1 as we saw on Bind, using that the Sova, just likely to see her yet again. But it's going to be interesting to see who will bring out the Reyna, or if she will ever be, because Glazemaster and Tompa, just looking at them, they do have the profile pictures of the Reyna, so we could see that coming through. But we did see Glazemaster coming through and being one of the top fraggers coming through. So she's very good fragger, and she's able to push it through. But we did see Tompa last time bringing out the Sage.
Yeah, and so we will start the game the second these guys have reported the score. So this has, Aecedia Esports has reported their score from the last game. A second they are ready up on Challenger mode. We will go live with this game number 2 here in between Pibbul and Aecedia Esports. There we go. Thank you very much. They have reported not matching. 13-9. Was it 13-9 or 13-10?
I believe
13-10,
it was
right? Yeah, because it was
13-10.
Daisy.
But you know, that last round, it just pretty much came to the last economy. It seems like, you know, Pibbul just didn't have the economy to back it up, and then it was too little, too late. They couldn't have any of the rounds to kind of back it up, and losing the rounds, they didn't have as much economy as Aecedia did. So Aecedia just seemed very strong at the last 3 rounds, able to get the picks and able to have the economy to back up the matches they needed.
We do see every team about to be ready here. Aecedia Esports only missing 1 guy on challenge, but never mind. Our complete lineup here. Aecedia Esports are ready, 5-man. Pibbul about to be, and then we can start this game.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see how this match will go up.
It was a very close call, as you said. I'm very surprised actually that this game was so close, because in the end, Aecedia Esports did seem to like turn on the heat and get more into the game.
Yeah, as I said, it all came to just who had the economy and who had the raw skill, the raw game power to kind of get the win, but they were just so even. So it just came to who had the first kills, who had the line of sight, who had the better strategy to come up against each team.
Okay, there we go. We are starting the game on the sand. Boys, I hope you're as ready as me, because I'm looking forward to this second game. Let me hope that the score is correct. That would be so nice. Not the score, the team. On OBS, because I have to. It's so hard. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just not very smart when it comes to this. But yeah, in League of Legends, it's very much easier for me to operate the OBS system, because it's just easier to see who's going to be left side, because left side is always blue side and right side is always red side. But on Valorant, it seems like they switch it around from the lobby, so whoever is left on the lobby is not necessarily left in the game. So we're waiting 50 seconds here for the game to begin for these guys to lock in, and I'm actually curious to what these guys are choosing for agents here, because yesterday we did see a Viper as well, which was surprising to me, as well as an Omen. So yeah, very uncommon picks in my opinion.
Yeah, very uncommon, but it all depends. It depends on a game such as Valorant, because there are so many variables you have to go through, because especially if you're on a defense first, you've got to choose who you're going to go through, but you can't necessarily say strong because you aren't necessarily always on that defense. But then it also depends on the map, how confident you are on that character and the team you're going up against, because if they favor on a Reyna, you may want to try and change something to try and go up against that Reyna. But also, if they are using different characters, it's going to be quite interesting. And looking at now, we are able to see what characters are being brought through, and it's kind of an interesting matchup.
I did fuck it up again.
Only the Reyna and the Cypher being the only 2 agents. The Reyna, Cypher, and Sage being the only 3 agents left. The kind of mirrors. But we're looking at it, we do have the Sova and the Omen for the side of Aecedia, but then also on the side of Pibbul, we're seeing the Breach and Brimstone.
Oh, this should do.
So, very interesting indeed, because the Brimstone and the Breach do favor in the defensive side, and the attacking side, the Omen and the Sona do kind of favor on the attacking side, just because of how much information they can bring out.
Having their vision.
I'm here pushing aggressively onto this A side, as you're saying. So early rotations coming through. I think this map is very spread out, but they were playing people in mid, so they do spot, of course, this push onto the A side. A good trade coming through here. Actually, the attackers picking up 1 extra kill here, meaning that's the Esports already looking strong here.
Planted the spike.
That's very slow pace, but this is what we expect very early on. No one wants to be overconfident, and over push, just so they don't lose very early on, because this is where we can start to see who can start gaining those points very early on.
Very good stuff here coming through by the retake, actually. Only 1 member alive is going to be under heaven, and Grim coming in clutch, killing both of the enemy team last members, and that is already Aecedia Esports pulling ahead.
Yeah, and that's very interesting because it's kind of at the fault, not being mean, but it was kind of at the fault of Glazemister, because he just stayed still, and as we were seeing, I believe it was Tremsy as well, came in front of it, so it allowed Grim to have that clutch, that collateral. So this is, and with the bullet velocity, it goes through the other members, so they was able to get that collateral. And unfortunate for Pibbul, it allowed them to get the point and start off.
We do see already Grim here picking up yet another kill together with Reddit Zone. Oh my god! That was the fastest round in history.
Yes, that was a very quick. Just seemed very open. They just kind of over aggression from the side of Pibbul. In my opinion, they went round to the side of B and they allowed them to kind of open themselves up. And unfortunately for the side of Pibbul, just being that over aggression, it allowed, as I said, being very open and able to allow the Aecedia to get the kills they needed.
Okay, now we do have a very interesting buy here. So Aecedia Esports still sitting on quadruple SMGs as well as a Bulldog. Not the best lineup you want to have against quadruple Phantom and the Guardian, and we did see this Guardian do a lot of work on Doomguy last time on. Also Doomguy switching it up onto the Brimstone now, instead of the Viper, and Gim pushing aggressively here with yet another. He's gonna get the first kill here, and his team is gonna get the second kill onto this B side, meaning that now they have a free plan and control of the side. Good Brimstone smokes to the retake already.
Cover going out.
Ooh, Sage Wall plays aggressively here on the right side just to make sure that nobody else is gonna come through here. That is having on a bit of tags through the smoke. Through the wall. Ghost actually taking down Doomguy, who got spotted by the recon bolt. Very quick execution here, and this leaves Pibbul already in a position where they have to fall back. So 2 Phantoms, and everybody's on 0 credits on that team besides Doomguy, sitting on 100. So this is, in my opinion, the right call. Just back off, say what you can. Not gonna retake this round, even if it's a 2v4.
Yeah, there's something I like to wanted to pick up on. You said, you know, it doesn't seem the favor of Aecedia because they only had the Spectres and the Bulldog, but here's the thing, that they kind of played it smart out because they didn't because they had so many weapons. I believe it was only Ghost that died, so they didn't have to waste so much money. So what's the point of getting new guns if if you can just take the enemy teams and just able to get the kills and able to just save the economy and use it for the next round. And I'm seeing it yet again. Bronxy's still with the same weapon of the Spectra and the heavy armor, so he doesn't have to waste so much, and he kind of save it up, save all the economy in his piggy bank and use it for throughout the next few games.
We do see halfways coming through here. Doomguy already falling here on this defense. Sage Wall a bit weird, is gonna block only 2 people, and now they're breaking the wall, stealing the side. Sync Boxer is on the wall. He is going aggressively, trying to take the side, but Grim is there to help him out, and that means already 3 people down. And I feel like Pibbul,
No charges. Shadows.
they did choose defensive sides because it was Aecedia Esports choosing the map Ascent. Yeah, I'm not quite sure you want to play defense on this map. In my opinion, it's slightly favored onto the attacking side. Especially if you're on such a role as Aecedia Esports right now, pulling ahead 4-0 in rounds.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This map does definitely favor the attacking side. Just of how quickly you can move against the engagements coming on. But it does seem that Aecedia do have such good strategies coming up. Being very open, pushing on, being very aggressive. And it doesn't allow, they aren't allowing Pibbul to have the freedom, have the mobility to kind of have these changes they needed, just for how Aecedia are just being so aggressive and how quick on these changes that I need.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, we do have them always playing on this B side. I believe as well that personally this is the best side to be pushing. Ooh, that step by Omen actually might have given away their position. We don't see any rotations coming through, but we see an aggressive push here on A, trying to go behind enemy lines. They're not aware of any enemy's position right now. They do know there's people in the mid. They don't know how many know what they're doing. And the flankers come through. Grim is picking up the trade here for Quip killing his teammates. He will punish Quip with a kill on his own. But the 1-for-1 trade is not that bad. The only issue here is Aecedia being completely open.
And I'm also expecting Grim right now, who is playing the Empress. The Reyna, he's gone such on a wide flank and getting behind the enemy, so they're going to be not expecting this at all from the members of Aecedia.
He's going to get a kill as his Empress runs out, so last second he's going to be in his tight spot I was about to say, but he does get the triple kill here. Quadruple kill, attackers winning. I think Boxy, only member falling for his team due to this good flank from the A side. So that was something new by Pibbul. I liked it. They did manage to pick up a kill, but still their defense was not on point. And Grim just, well, reaping havoc onto them with 0 deaths here, 12 kills. This man is looking strong.
Yeah, they definitely is, and it's really unfortunate for Pibbul. They seem so good on the on last round, being able to even up the odds, but now it is such in the favour of Aecedia. They're currently 5 points up with Grim with 12 kills, and with the highest fragger on the side of Pibbul with only 3, which is currently Crips. But then also looking at the vast range of the kills coming through. 1-for-1 Ghost does have 4 kills going up against the 12 kills, which is with his teammate Grim with the 12 kills.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting that now people doing something I really like. They're playing a bit more defensive corners, and this is what I think you should be doing. You don't lose anything by giving them some ground in mid here, because the only thing that means... By Omen, we might see some action in a second. Yeah, Grim already going into this, as well as Reddit's very own, picking up Dumper here. Grim just killing the operator guy here. There are 3 kills already in favor of the attacking team with the spike being planted. This will most likely conclude the round, unless we do see some wonders here from Transient Quip. But the Sage Wall already blocking off the flank.
I loved the push, the kind of strategy that Grim and Sync Bronxy had going up to this middle kind of push. Kind of two kind of doing it, so allowing one person to go up, be really aggressive, backing him up, and then unfortunately for I believe Glaze Mister, he tried to get the pre-fire coming on to Grim, Sync's Boxy, but Grim was just around the corner, and with Glaze Mister being the aggression and getting that pre-fire onto Boxy, it allowed Grim to find out where he was and able to get the kill.
Yeah, so Grim 15-0. This man is literally on fire right now.
He definitely is. No deaths. So yeah, 15-0, no deaths. So that he's going to be racking up in the economy, not being able to kind of waste any money, and they are such in favor, and it's not looking good for the side.
Where are they,
Pibbul,
Cypher?
especially being really low on the economy side.
Yeah. We did see a good smoke here. As Femzy is trying to pick up a kill, he does get nothing, but he's being traded, so not the worst case scenario. Very good here by Omen, blinding Grip, but this Breach ulti is Grim's ulti is so good.
Cage triggered.
Giving them time to at least delay the plant here. Let's see if it's enough time to get into a better position.
I know exactly where you are.
They have spotted the whole enemy team. And now they're playing the retake here. It's a 3v4 scenario. Never mind, make that a 1v4 scenario. And they're just really destroying Pibbul right now. I say the Esports has turned on. They are about to, well, 17-0 on Grim is just insane.
It definitely is, and I'm
charges.
currently expecting members of these Pibbul side, and it's kind of seeing like loads of rookie mistakes coming through. I was expecting, I believe, was Glacier, and he was on this high ground. He was on Heaven, and the recon bolt came through, and he didn't move. He just stayed still, and it allowed for the Sova being played by 141 Ghost just shoot through the bottom of the floor, able to get the kill. So there's a lot of rookie mistakes coming through for the side of Pibbul.
Yeah, well, saying rookie mistake, actually Grim finally losing his first life on this game, so this was his first death in the game by not checking a corner. Rookie mistake indeed, and they're playing a good retake right now here. Defense, never mind, gets taken down now and a disadvantage. They do get the spike down.
Off your feet!
Last member standing. You do see Ramsey in a very cheeky spot. Gonna get one now in a 1v1. Blinding the side. He does not know where the enemy is. Ooh, that was so close. They nearly saw each other. Nobody's aware of the enemy position right now. Very good knockup. He is gonna get the kill for free, even though if he's shooting at his legs, it doesn't matter, because with the defusing going through, this will finally mean Pibbul has a round in this game.
Yeah, it's a very good place for them. It seemed very messy to be indeed, but it worked out well for them. They're able to get the kills, able to pick it on out, and especially seeing that it seems to be kind of a small eco round. They're able to get a few guns into their arsenal. So now also seeing that Doom guy is also bringing out this operator.
I'm curious. I mean, yes, they just lost a round, and it seems like all of the nice eco has gone. Of course, they can buy yet another round, even if they lose this one. So Grim also sitting on an operator. We actually want to see this. Never mind, we don't have time to see it because he already has taken his first victim. Gonna get the second in a second. No, he does not. Misses the shot into the Sage, but Ghost is there to back him up. Ghost is gonna get traded. And Grim, just a beautiful shot to the wall there. Sees the arm of the enemy breach peeking around the corner. Goes for the shot to the wall. And now, last member standing on this A side at least. We have Crip here in a 1v3. Make that a 1v4. Well, 0-4, because now the last member alive is on the enemy side. Glacier, what can you do in this position?
Best thing I can say to him is just survive. Just try to pretty much prolong the fights as much as you can. Don't go aggressive. Don't go to this point. Save up this money. Save up this economy you have, and don't go and get these kills.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he didn't take the advice, as I said.
I mean, he did peek aggressively there. I would have loved for him to just hold that angle, because most likely the enemy Omen would have pushed in. And as I was saying previously of the game, the Viper as well as the Omen, some picks you don't see every too often. This time around, no Viper, but an Omen, so that's making me very happy to see that there's more than just those typical 5 or 6 agents. Now, ultimates-wise, we have a very interesting play, because, oh my god, Reddit's very own hitting Doom X up here. We're on an eco one from the defending team. People trying their very best impression of we can at least get a kill with pistols. Do not manage to even damage the enemy so far, with Dumper being taken down. And now the last guy alive, Glacier, once again, he has a Spectre though. He's gonna try, and Sync Boxy says, no my friend, you will not.
Yeah, it was a bit obvious of what was going to happen there. It was an eco round, as you said, so, and going up against the Operators, Phantom and Vandals, there's honestly nothing much you can do, especially if you are using guns such as the Frenzy and Sheriff. Good guns to use, but not as good as, say, Phantoms and Vandals. So it's a bit obvious of what they're going to do. So hopefully now, especially seeing as they use this these eco round, they can hopefully get a few wins out. But I'm looking at now, we're seeing Tremzy using the Operator, but just below him, Crip is using the Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky actually coming through here. That's a very interesting play. We'll see the Bucky player here about to see some action on this A side. So let's have a look at what Quip has in mind. He's gonna hear them. He's gonna miss the first shot. He's gonna get the second shot. He's gonna hit another enemy, but not kill another enemy. But don't worry, Twamsy is here. He's gonna get 2 already. And now with 33 HP remaining, he's gonna get kill number 3, and that's another one going over to Pibbul. So Pibbul not completely giving up on this game just yet.
Yeah, great plays from Frenzy there, and it was just being there, using that operator, showing how powerful it can be, and real unfortunate. And looking at the expectation of Aecedia, they were just really bunched up together and making themselves a bigger target, and especially going through that choke of A, just allow Tremzy to just pick and choose of what picks he wanted, especially having the backup from the 3 members of his teams. He was just able to get the picks he needed.
Yep, and I do really feel like this B side is the easier one to take, so Aecedia Esports is thinking the same. They're going back, and actually Twamsy, damn boy. So I think Boxy did manage. This is just too much action going through. And Twamsy needs to dodge this one. He does manage to do so, so he's staying alive for now. Quip also getting a second kill.
I know exactly where you are.
They did manage to get onto the B side, but it's a very, very close call. It's a 2v2 scenario. Both the defenders now closed off thanks to the door closing on markets. They do break the door, as well as the Cypher catch coming through. Sorry, 2v3 actually. I did forget about the Cypher. Very good breach ulti, which is gonna knock up everybody, but they're running right into the trap of Fisk, who was just sitting outside the door.
This is why you need to check those corners. Fix was just there. He was just staying there, and because they didn't check the corners, he just had to stay there, stay still, and they just pretty much walked into the bullets of Fix. So this is why it's so important to check those corners, especially going onto the sites of the bombs, because they would just be waiting on any corner, and if you're not checking them, most likely or not, there will be one person just be waiting there for you with a full mag of bullets.
Yeah, now we do switch it around, so Aecedia Esports is now attacking. Maybe they can show Pibbul. Sorry, Aecedia Esports is now defending, so maybe they can show Pibbul a bit of what is going on when it comes to defense, because I think the way we play this map in normal, since there's no ranked out yet, is very aggressive corners, very aggressive holes, but it is such a map that you can just play so defensively. Like, you make the enemy sweat by checking so many early corners and not finding an enemy. This is definitely a map where you just have to wait and play around the deeper corners on the side and not like the tight angles in, for example, B main. As you can see, Reddit's very own here is peeking an aggressive corner. Could end up being very, very unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm liking what we're seeing from the side of Pibbul, being kind of passive, not going too aggressive, not opening themselves up too much, and now they're starting to go over to the side of A, which is kind of the more open side of the defensive. So this is a really good strategy from the side of Pibbul. Wait patiently, play it slow. But one thing I'm not liking for the side of Pibbul is that I believe is Domper is on his own to the side of B. And this is a Sage. You need this Sage on this side, because if you start losing some of this health and start losing some members, this is where you're still going to start losing this round.
He's doing good distraction. So far he has managed to pull Omen back to this mid. As we are about to see, he's gonna take his first blood. He's gonna get taken down and traded by Quip. Quip now on basically negative HP here. He's gonna try to make his way down to his Sage, who has managed to push onto side. Domper also trying his best impression of Rambo style, but 9 seconds remaining. This has to be very clutch. All they have to do as a defending team right now is just pull back, but they will go aggressive and take out the last attacker.
Yeah, this is what, as I said, you didn't have that Sage, and the Reyna Glazemaster was only about 20 HP, and with no Sage there to get up that hills, you're going into a losing fight, and it's not a situation you want to be in. So, real unfortunate for the size of Pibbul. Bit more strategies. Don't split up with that Sage. You need her. She is the healer for a reason. She is there, so don't use her to her full potential. Don't let her go to waste.
Yeah. We see. I also really like Sova on defense. It just gives you so much information about the potential push, but you see the double areas coming through here. Not sure if this is BM or just valid play, but Grim gets already taken down. So does Ghost, so both areas play out. Maybe paid for their cockiness here as they are now moving on to the A side, so we will have a look real quick over there. Bisk is spotting one, he's gonna get one.
Cage triggered. Tripwire deployed.
He has no bullets left in his gun, but he did manage to damage the enemy Cypher slightly and take him down. He gets taken down in the end, but that was a very good hold on the A side, giving his team enough time to show up and get the rotations too. But Sync Boxy just way too aggressive here.
Yes, I'm liking it in what it is, but it seems like it's kind of a eco round from both sides. All using low costing weapons, not as much armor coming through. Well, I say not as much armor. There is a lot of armor for the side of.
Ooh, he can actually defuse it.
Aecedia.
And he's gonna bait the enemy in. Very good play here by Reddit's very own. So he could have gone for the half defuse and then kill the enemy. He did choose to do the kill and then the defuse, but that was very good play. The slow here, this is why you buy abilities on an eco round.
Yeah, they are most definitely the deciding point. If you are low on economy, low on health, use those abilities. As you said, they can be the deciding factor, because in my opinion, this is what this game is all about, having those abilities. The guns are great, they are another good feature to have, but if you're going to have anything, if you're going to invest anything, make sure you're investing on those abilities, because they can be the deciding and most definitely the biggest point in the games.
I mean, every gun hurts. It's not really about which gun you're playing, it's more about how you use your abilities to get an advantage in a firefight. Right now we do see, however, already Pibbul pushing aggressively, taking out Boxy once again. So Aecedia Esports is playing a bit from behind now, actually, with yet another member going down. Yet another member going down, now 5v2 scenario, and both of these players are behind the enemy team. There we go, Grim finally taken down after he tried to flank Pibbul here. Pibbul now in a confident 5v1. But remember, oh, actually 5v4. No, 1v4. Remember, they have two marshals, so they're not the very best right now. They do manage to kill Fix here in the end. But very questionable play by Aecedia Esports this time out.
Definitely was questionable, but what I'm thinking is that they're wasting these rounds, wasting because they only need to win one more round, and they can, then they win. They win this whole, and they will go up to semi-final. So they're kind of making sure they have the economy for this last round. So they're gonna kind of waste them, as I've been saying, loads of economy rounds, get the guns they need, or they may be, yeah. Here we are, just looking at the economy, they're just having an eco round, wasting as many rounds as they can, and because, as I said, they only need to win one more round, and they do win these quarterfinals.
Well, let's hope it's not going to bite them in the ass, because they are playing rather aggressively. They're on the eco round, so they're all in the middle right now, pushing through, going for the aggressive play. Gonna find one, gonna trade one, actually. The attackers finding yet another kill, giving them the advantage, but only last member standing now. All of this happened so fast, so we have only Tremzy alive. He's gonna try very, very hard to stay alive as well.
Yeah, this is real unfortunate. Tremzy, he's got the Spectre, a very good gun to use, but going up against, you know, the Phantoms and the Vandals, and even a Marshal there, these long distance battles isn't going to be in the favour of Tremzy here, especially seeing as if he's going to go up against his Marshal. If 1v1, 1-for-1 head Ghost does get this headshot, this is the end of Pibbul.
Yeah, and actually the Sage roll here being used, this is so unfortunate for him. Sorry, the Sage slow being used, very unfortunate for him, because it makes him not spot the Sage and actually check every corner now. He does get taken down, and that means, damn, Aecedia Esports putting on a nice show, 13-3 here in game number 2. Moving on to the semifinals after this. I did not believe that this round would have ended so fast.
It's just real unfortunate for Pibbul. It's just, not too sure what was going on. They just didn't have the guns and the kind of strategies to go up against it. We having a look at some of these statistics going on. We are seeing that the highest fragger was Tremzy with 13 kills, and the second one was Crips with 11. But going up against Grims, who does have 23 kills, which is with his neighboring teammate with only 16, it is such a good plays from the Aecedia. So really good plays, and I'm really unfortunate for Pibbul. Hopefully next time we see them, they will be a stronger team, and hopefully we'll get some revenge on Aecedia.
Yeah. Well, unlucky though for Pibbul, this means that Aecedia Esports will be moving on to the semifinals, and it's the end of the road for Pibbul. So, semifinals, what are you looking forward, man? Because this is about to be the most intense semifinals ever. We did see, if I just recall the standings for you guys real quick here, we did see a clean 2-0 by No Eco versus the DZ, as well as now Aecedia Esports pulling a clean 2-0, and Team 666 pulling clean 2-0, and Legion Valorant pulling a clean 2-0. So all of these teams not dropping a single game in their quarterfinals. So all of these teams, the very best of the best now, facing off against each other. Team 666 versus Legion Valorant is going to be one of the semifinals, and No Eco versus Aecedia Esports is going to be the other one. I want to have your prediction, but I think it's going to be most likely impossible to predict the outcome of this. Oh, did you die on me again? Hello? Oh, you're back? Hello?
There we are.
Okay.
I did cast the No Eco versus DJ. I'm just gonna call them, and DJ actually rage quit, so they pretty much gave the round to No Eco. So No Eco are gonna have a very, very hard match to go up against, because they kind of didn't have a good matchup. As I say, they had a very bad matchup going up against DJ, especially seeing as DJ did rage quit. So they're gonna have a very hard matchup, especially seeing as Aecedia are a very good team. As for Team 66 and Legion Valorant, this is going to be the game I am most excited for. Both these teams are very good. They both have the same strategies. Both very good team play. So this is the game you definitely don't want to miss out on. Please make sure you are seeing this Team 666 and Legion Valorant go around, because this is going to be the most interesting match you're going to see. But nevertheless, but also don't miss out No Eco and Aecedia, because we didn't see the full potential on No Eco. So it's again, they're going to have a hard matchup going against. But again, as I'm saying that Aecedia, because they had this waste match, that Aecedia won't have the information to know how these teams are going to go, how No Eco kind of work around, and kind of don't have the recon to go into the semifinals.
Yeah. So 3-13 here. Team Aecedia Esports winning the semifinals. I'm just going to report the score for them, since they're taking way too long. And if we go back to the tournament, then we will be seeing. I will show you guys the standings real quick before we turn off the stream, and wish you all a great night, because I also have to leave. But yeah, we will show very quickly you guys how the standings are right now. Let me just save this image. There we go. And this should do. Yes, it does. So there you have the current standings, boys, on your screen right now. You can see that, as I pointed out previously, all of these teams have defeated their opponent with a clean 2-0 victory. And as you pointed out, the No Eco matchup was most likely the easiest one from this series that we have seen. But yeah, I think Legion Valorant and Team 66 is going to be very interesting semifinals, and I think Aecedia Esports is one of the stronger candidates to go into the finals. So No Eco, a little bit of an underdog feature coming into this semifinals, number one. But yeah, we'll be seeing whenever these are live. Make sure to check out our social media, because we'll be posting every update about our stream going live, as well as when these semifinals will take place. And once that is known, you guys can tune in and check out, because this is the very top, the very best, the 4 last teams standing in our TJ-Valorant League season number 1. See you guys next time out. I mean, brilliant. Thank you for being this brilliant. And yeah,
no worries.
Looking forward to see you, hopefully, for the semifinals, most likely then in the match that you know a bit more. So you did see the Legion, and as well as the... Oh, did you expect that with me see No Sage and Legion Valorant? Yeah, you did, right?
Yes, because
Yeah,
that
exactly.
was me and you. I believe it was.
Yeah, I was very confused there. Sorry. Yeah, so it will be interesting for you to see also since you saw no eco. So whichever you can cast will be for you a bit of background story on this one. But yeah, looking forward to that. In the meantime, boys, make sure to check our socials. All the links are down below. I'm not going to repeat them over and over again. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and best of luck if you're competing in TJ-Valorant League Season 1. Make sure to check out our other tournaments. We have a lot of upcoming tournaments going live very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.